Hello, Zed Slayers, your friendly neighborhood caboose here, back with some more Killing Floor 2 content. I apologize for this massive delay. I have been moving. I have finally moved from California to Delaware. I went somewhere from people want to move to an area where people don't even really know that exists. But whatever, you know, that's what it is. I like it's cheaper, it's comfortable. I can give a full story later on. Right now, let's talk about this update that's going to be coming out very soon, at least the beta. The beta will be out very soon, most likely in the next few days. And then we'll also cover what the full patch notes are, as well as what the seasonal is, like I normally do. So let's jump right in and see what we have coming up. And once again, I apologize. I usually try to be on top of these things. But now that I have a solid schedule, that should be able to be something that we can do from now on. The first thing to expect are 2 new weapons. Both of them are tier 3 weapons, starting at, well, 1100 dosh, at least for the beta. You know how betas can be, they tend to make changes, so they may not stay tier 3 and they may change in price as time goes on. I'll update you when that happens. So our first weapon is called the Seal Squeal. It is a harpoon gun for demolition. It's a harpoon gun that shoots explosive harpoons. They detonate after 4 seconds when they hit anything, whether it be a Zed or the floor or walls. So you can kind of like put them on the ground if Zeds are chasing you, wait for them to walk over and explode. And the alternate fire turns into basically like a propelled C4. You can detonate it whenever you want. So my thoughts are this. Right, here's my idea. If you have a berserker on your team, stick them. And then when they run in to fight like a flesh pound or like 4 skrakes or whatever, just detonate it. Detonate them because there's no friendly fire. There's no friendly fire, so you can just blow them up and they won't get hurt, but you're gonna hurt all the enemies around them. Make it turn your berserker into an exploding pincushion. I love this idea. Speaking of the berserker, our next weapon is a melee weapon. However, it is not for the berserker, it's actually for medic. This weapon, called the Hemoclobber, is going to behave very similarly to the pulverizer, except like a medic form of the pulverizer. However, being an explosive for the medic, it's going to release that gas, which heals teammates and hurts Zeds. And then the light attack is going to be just like regular syringes, which will heal teammates and, I believe, poison Zeds. I'm excited to give both these weapons a try, and I would like to review them when they come out. I'll probably do my impressions then, and then go in depth once the stats are more finalized. My only problem is I can't tell which one I want to try out first. I'm thinking the demolition one, because I really want to try out that berserker idea I had. So let's jump ahead to May 6th. Like I said, I'm very late on these. Sorry. I'm gonna try to stay closer next time. I promise. In this, what we were up to, we were given a picture of our new map here. Apparently we're going to an island fortress or something, which is pretty cool. And kind of reminds me of something from Killing Floor 1, actually. Jumping forward a few days, it'll make sense. Don't worry about May 6th. There wasn't that much in there except for that picture. Here on May 10th, they apparently were hinting at it for a very long time, leaving these strong hints that they're going to be returning the objective mode. Now, as you know, they are mid-wave objectives in Killing Floor 2. Well, the objective mode from Killing Floor 1 basically makes it so that way the entire game session is just a bunch of objectives. Of course, there's going to be Zeds coming in waves, but it basically turns the game into like a game like a Payday, which is another game that I love, by the way. So, no objections here. Also, after talking to one of the creative directors at Tripwire, they said that they are totally down for a crossover between Killing Floor 2 and Payday 2. I'm just saying, let's make it happen. Objective mode was basically like a story mode for Killing Floor. There was the announcer who would be telling you what to do, and you would go do it. Think of kind of like Santa's Lair or last year's airship level. Those two had it where you had to complete tasks and they would tell you why and whatnot. So I'm interested to see how they're going to do this and differentiate it from just regular survival. So I'm excited to give that a try, and that's going to be with the new level as well as 2 of the old levels. Zed Landing as well as Outpost are both going to have this ability to play in the objective mode. I'm fairly certain we're going to see that happen to, say, Biolabs and probably Burning Paris, as well as other levels, so I'm excited to see where this leads. My only hope is that this doesn't mean that Killing Floor 2 is coming to an end in a few years, because the objective mode was one of the last few major things that was added to Killing Floor 1. I'd love to see some more bosses. We had this idea for like a stalker or a siren boss, where they use like telepathy, but that's something for a different time. Aside from all that, we also have some adjustments to some of the weapons here. We have the Husk Cannons getting a Explosion damage reduced, but the radius is bigger, the mag size is increased, more spare ammo, stuff like that. Moving on to C4, we're going to make that a sidearm instead of primary. It makes sense because the harpoon gun is basically now a C4 launcher. It will also have a decreased price, which will be pretty nice because now you're more incentivized to use that, I guess. The freeze thrower is going to have some small changes. The alt fire, the blast spread will increase, increased number of shards, added penetration, and removes the freeze affliction as well as and adds the stumble. So it's a lot of positives for that weapon. The primary will have increased ground ice damage as well. Then the SWAT ability battering ram will have an added bludgeoning damage and increased movement speed. And there's more to come. I'm excited to see what we're gonna get here in the upcoming few days. Yeah. So that's going to be mainly it for the Killing Floor 2 news, but in other news, if you're wondering a little bit of where I've been, I can make a whole video talking about it and going over everything if you want and going in depth. I wouldn't mind doing it. I kind of feel like I haven't had more communication with you guys after my last Killing Floor video. I felt really good. I got a few very nice comments, and that really made me feel amazing, and I felt guilty that I haven't really posted that much. But on the upside, my footage will now look better once I figure out how to get it so that way it doesn't skip when I record. That I really need to get better at testing before I finalize things. I'm a professional, I swear. I mean, the game ran great. It's just that apparently recording didn't come out so great. I apologize with that. Well, next time you're gonna see it with the nice blood effects. All right, get this video demonetized before I even have the option to monetize. Also, Died Chronic and I are gonna be going to E3 this year, so if you're gonna be down in that area, let us know. I'd love to meet some of you folks, all you wonderful people. But that's gonna be it for now. I hope to see you guys real soon when the beta comes out. But until then, have a great day, and remember, I love you.